Welcome back to Frontierland. We've done an extensive rebuild between episodes. So now all of our guest facilities are up on the ledge proper where we want them to be. The dinosaurs are down below where they're supposed to be. So we can kind of continue expanding around the rim and build the actual final layout of the park. We're now using remote viewing galleries, and we have a guided tour for transport rating. And we've moved our hatchery up here. So we'll have to do remote releases for everything, basically. We'll still do, like, releases for the new dinos to just see them, but everything else will be remote. The transport rating is not fantastic. 80% transport rating. So the tour just really isn't good at it, but it could be worse. And then the remote viewing galleries they can't reach all the way to the center. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is we're going to have to use a tour to visit basically these enclosures, I think, like this. And then we'll have these ones be remote viewing gallery based, or mostly remote viewing gallery based. And I think that'll be fine. But that's what we're going to try and do. Just, yeah, unfortunately, like this viewing dome here, this is the maximum extent of a viewing dome for a remote viewing dome. They can't go any further than this. Which also means we're going to have some trouble with visibility for this enclosure. I think if we could potentially just run the tour around the rim of the central paddock. Because then it can run through both herbivore pens, and the cars should be mostly safe. Usually it's only like the large carnivores that actually really threaten the tours. So, and then we can just keep food around the edge here, and hopefully whatever is in the central paddock will be in view enough that it's fine. I think that's probably the plan. And we can have the tours come out through like both of these pens, maybe. We could even close this off, kind of to mirror this new Coelophysis pen we've put in up here. That way the carnivores we have in these two pens don't attack the cars. For now, we'll probably just run the tour through there. It'll be a short trip to get to the herbivore pens. So I don't think the cars will be threatened that much for such a short excursion. The Utyrannus is going to be moved to the south, so we don't want to expand this pen yet. So we're going to use this as still a holding pen for them. And same with the herbivores. We're going to keep them localized in this small pen so they stay in decent view of the dome. And then when we get the tour in properly, we'll expand this out. We'll close off these gaps in the fence, of course, to power this all up and just let the herbivores out. And then, yeah, the Coelophysis, I've decided to give them their own enclosure up here. So we've just carved out this little wedge for them, and we'll let them have fun there on their own. We have fossils to process. This should be it for our adorable little Neurognathed. It is, in fact, everything. We don't have staff available currently to do it, though, because we're doing research. We'll get that processed in a second. I need to figure out where to put in my aviary. And I'll have to think about that for a little bit. We've also got a bunch of research done. We did zip lines for whatever reason. I think remote viewing galleries, I think I did that between episodes too. Honestly, I kind of forget how much stuff I did because I spent a lot of time doing research while I was moving everything around. I just didn't want to include any of that in an episode. I did that basically at the end of a recording session instead of at the start, so I didn't even like record anything that happened because there was no point. It'd just be little status updates. It's like, it's not worth it. But yeah, we can just spin through the research, see what we've got done, basically. Staff training up to 3, currently doing control center stuff there. And we've been working on getting access to some other fossils, but we haven't dug anything up yet, so anything that we're like actively researching here is not there's no surprises in terms of genome data. We're just working on the research, right? And then yeah, we've got all the skins except for this one locked, which is locked behind one more dinosaur species, which will probably be our pterosaur. So yeah, I think the aviary, we're going to put it up on the ridge, I think. Although I was debating at one point putting it down here in kind of this open area. The downside of that is it's on the opposite side of the park where we're not located. And that's kind of tough to deal with. The other problem, though, might be fitting it in here. I suppose we could put an extended, like, section of aviary dome like this. Maybe like 1 layer thick. We might even be able to like have it be 2 and like alternate or something. And that might work. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that side's a little narrow there, so maybe down here is better. Problem is going to be... Maybe we should decide which direction we want to move first around the park perimeter. Like, if we move this way, we'd want to populate this paddock where the Eutyranus are enclosed, whereas if we move this way, this paddock is actually... there's nothing carved out of this like there is with this one. This should be Cryolophosaurus. If we move towards the cryo, we can get that in next. And that might be... I forget where that's located. It's not very deep in the tree. I just don't... Oh, wait there. Quanju and cryo. So yeah, we can push for that. Let's push for cryo. Do that is the next dinosaur on the ground. And then we'll get the aviary in on that side of the map. So, can I do... fossils on you, and then I should have done other people to do the research on that one. That would have been better. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and then in terms of unlocks, so we can dig up some Minmai while we're just kind of waiting. Sure. Okay, great. So we'll do that, and this is cost upgrades. We'll get that put into, which goes into the control center, which is here. Everything kind of looks the same when it's got a bunch of snow on top. I think task time is the one I'd like to have, I think. And that was my logistics guy, so I could have waited to send him out on an expedition, but it's fine. He doesn't really have much else to do, I don't think, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. And I don't think anything else here is really worth researching. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Let's get the aviary planned out, and then we'll be back to get the Geholopterus ready to go. And a batch of fossils here. I'm not going to process these right now, because we do have to do other aviary research. I didn't do that ahead of time because I wasn't sure if it's what I was going to do next. But if it is, which it is, then we're going to go ahead and push for the viewing galleries and the upgrades. I'm just going to go ahead and put all our points in there into welfare. Yeah, so we'll need one more point in somebody. Which I guess is you. Alright, we'll keep that one person overclocked then, that's fine. Like, they'll get overworked. Doesn't matter. And then our geneticist, I think, can do the baryonics research, which unlocks the cryo. Yes. Perfect. All right, great. And there goes a large amount of our money. Fun. Staff is currently resting, so we can't actually start incubating these, but we can set up the genome. So let's just randomize everything, see what kind of awesome little adorable patterns we get. Go from there. Definitely take care of that. We'll definitely push some social in here. Probably end up breeding quite a lot of these, I would imagine. So we can probably just do 50% social and call it good. Maybe we do none of that and some chance at long lived. We'll try that. 100k, I mean, they're pretty cheap, so I don't think we need to really, like, necessarily push lifespan here. It's probably fine. Well, we're doing the viewing galleries as well, which is where the rest of our money went. Another $2 million, which is really dumb.
We must have champions, and you are quickly becoming one.
Actually, I probably could have just used remote viewing galleries for theming, but it's fine. I mean, this is also a one thick aviary section, So like, there's no reason to do aviary viewing galleries, because you can just put a regular viewing gallery right in front, and it will work just as well because it's not thick. It doesn't need to snap to the side. It doesn't matter. Okay, $1,200,000 to hatch all 7 of these. That's the plan. We're hatching all 7 of these. That's probably dead Sinosauropteryx because their lifespan's only 58 and they're tipping over. I'll let a few more of them die before I do something about them. Although we could take a look at their setup. So we only have 10 left, actually. I thought we had more than that. Yeah, so why don't we do... Starvation is definitely a threat for these guys. We could just say, who cares about lifespan? Actually, let's do 25 lifespan, 50% social, and try and make sure we keep an alpha. Yeah, that seems fine. We're not going to hatch those, of course, right now. We just want to get them set up for the future. Oh, sorry, is this another one that died? No, they're just taking their time to haul the bodies away. That's totally fine. Totally fine. How long till the Amargas die? Because, like, the very first Amarga was not even a complete genome, right? 102, 110. Okay. Soon. Soon. Soon indeed. We can do this as well. %. Yeah, it's not going to be quite completed, but that's all right. At least clear it out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in the galleries. Too close to the water. That one's fine. No, why would you do that, you rogue path? I mean, I know why it would do it. It's because that's where the path section ended or whatever. Okay, so there's that. Fish feeders. Yeah, we don't have... Oh, no, we need insect feeders for these. Yeah. At least that's cheap. At least that's not prohibitively expensive. That's a nice change of pace. So there's that. Oh yeah, then we need the research for cryo, which is going to be 12, which means we need to finish just that. Okay. Well, it's almost done anyway, so that's fine. Okay. Wrong tab. Okay. Cryolophosaurus and Quanjusaurus. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Unfortunately, that took all our money, so we're gonna have to sit and wait for more cash to come back in. When Meteor Carnivores finishes, we're gonna go out and do a dig. So basically, we're gonna do like cryo digs until the money works out.
What's best for the dinosaurs and what's best for me should not be mutually exclusive. For instance, this recently added objective can be good for us all.
Or we take ticket sales. And specifically weigh
I'm
it.
interested in the value of paleontology. Before me, the science toiled in relative obscurity.
82%.
But since I created living dinosaurs, doing the impossible requires a level of excellence you can only retain if you compensate accordingly.
Yeah, so we'll actually target hatching these. Since we have a contract with a time-sensitive bonus, we won't go out and do digs. We'll just sit here and wait and run this. Okay, we're ready to go on the Neurognathids, the Geholopterus, however you say that. This is the insect feeder. Apparently it's just a big pile of fermenting fruit that attracts little bugs. Can we get closer? Maybe if we go capture mode? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there they are. Little moths and shit, I guess. Coming off of, looks like a big pile of, like a compost heap. It's like a bunch of apple peels. And that's watermelon for sure in there. Like a PNG. Well, let's get these little dudes out. Fantastic. Gotta love these little dudes.
This fuzzy little reptile is the Jailopterus. It's pretty
Jailopterus.
cute, huh? Well, you see those tiny little...
Can't necessarily trust, like, their pronunciation. Okay, so they need sand. We do have sand here, but I'm going to scatter a little bit extra. Interestingly, because the snow that's applied to, like, over the top of everything in this map type is applied over top of the dome and not, like, the frosting effect. It's the brush inside the dome actually is, like, unique. Like, there's actually grass that's green and sand that looks like sand and not like everything looking like snow like it does outside. So it's really interesting potential for like a biodome style park build on this map.
Give you a nasty nip if you're not careful. So be careful.
These guys are beautiful looking. Look at the wing patterns on this guy. His little face, his weird little tail and his little feetsies. Yeah, these guys are great. His little feathers on his head. All right, well, this first one, Amazon Rainforest Calcarana. We got a Yukon River Calcarana. Ooh, that one's got a nice black and orange pattern. That's really cool, too. Gambia River Basin Pelophylax. Green feels wrong to me. Still looks good. Quillian and Rana pattern. Not bad. Quillian Rana, Solar Calcarana. It looks a little bit better like the orange on the wings, the green, but still like the green very much. Sonoran Pelophylax. Getting dark out, but we can still see him in the light of the viewing area. So that's like a redder one. They got a nice little gremlin-y vibe. I really like these guys. Be good to see one of them do, wait, he was almost crawling there on the ground a little bit with that animation. I mean, they don't move on the ground. Nothing does for pterosaurs. But there was just a moment of animation work that made it look like he was kind of crawling around. Well, this did not finish our ticket sales contract. Oh, we're going to see him eat. Okay, so they perch on the side, then dive through, grab a bug, and then come back and land and eat it. Where's the bug? Trying to see the bug. Oh, he got him. He snapped him out of midair. Nice. A little dark. That's a pretty cool shot, though. I know I put in a lot of legwork trying to get cryo, but we should probably do our second pterosaur because we're gonna do two. So I'm gonna actually change my mind and work on that next. So the target here is Barbaridactylus, as that's the second newest pterosaur species, and I think we've only ever used it in one, maybe two park builds. So it'd be nice to have it back in another park for just a little bit. I don't see many other park builds where that's going to be like the thing I really want anyway, so this is a good time to get some use out of it. I'm going to also fix this fence here because this arbitrary corner is gonna start bugging me.
Asset being transported.
And then we might want to breed more Sinosauropteryx pretty soon. Population 9. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, so 12 on this. So let's get this done first. And then we can work on digging up Barbarodactylus while we breed Sinosauropteryx and stuff like that. And I assume there wasn't enough Minmi here, whoops, to process. No. Nope, just a bit extra. Other consideration is how power is doing. Because we can work on bringing in... Okay, power is actually getting a little low, but we have output. So it's fine. So yeah, we can do... If we reconnect this up, that'll power like the whole network of fences, which is not what we want to do. We just want to power what's going to be the cryo fence. So we can make some gaps in the other fences. Wait, was that powered? Might have been powered. Oh, you know what? It absolutely was powered because I put in that new this power station powered that fence and everything else. Well, doesn't matter now. We've re-separated that part of the grid off. Maybe the power was fine then. You know what? Can we just leave this all powered on so we don't have to deal with like the power outage notification? Let's just connect everything up and see what happens. Yeah, so that's all powered and connected. And that leaves us at... Oh, that's only the 3 to the 18 on the second generator. So yeah, okay. Just leave it all powered on then. Let's just repair all the fences. Every gap we've made to like minimize power draw doesn't matter at this point. Connect these back up. We got those 2 gaps there. Everything else is connected up over there. Cool. All right, so yeah, there we go. All right, and we finished our research. Our Barodactylus should be, what, Africa? Yeah, Morocco. Hey, Cryo? You made it? So we need 900k for Barbarodactylus. I think we just wait for that. Got a contract to release another Amargasaurus with social. So we're going to push that. Which I guess means we just do this. We just do this. And we call it a day. 2 eggs come out of this. We'll probably take both. Yep, I'll name the Cryolofa for you. Don't worry.
Paleogenetics. We need as much
I
of
won't
this
forget,
current one as
probably,
possible.
maybe.
Don't report back until you've been successful.
So, I don't know if we'll have to expand this pen, maybe? I mean, social will help a lot. But we have a ton of ground fiber. It's just forest. Maybe. I'd like to get rid of all the trees we put in the water. We've also got this blank patch here that's not doing anything. So there's that. That we can do stuff with as well. So maybe that'll be fine. Yeah, I think we'll just slap them in there and let them sort it out. Like right now, it looks like their territory, yeah, it doesn't even extend through a lot of the pens, so we can drop the new ones down here a little bit. And should help out. Yeah, they got pretty good margins now. I think 2 more is going to be an easy sell. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. Defensive social large appetite, defensive social large appetite. Interesting spread. Barbarodactylus fossils are coming in a second as well. So take a look at those. Bam. 50. A 7%. Sure. 800K, 960 for the dig. Okay. Can't quite do it yet, but we'll get money from the contract, so that'll be pretty easy. 10 seconds on that.
Asset requiring collection.
There we go. 2 new Amargasaurus. And there's the money, and now we can go dig.
Boom! That's another objective
Yes,
down.
boom
You're
indeed.
Really making a name for yourself.
Boom.
Asset has been collected.
All right, first one's coming in. Let's take a look at the skin patterns. We don't use Amarga that often, so there's still the possibility for some interesting skin combos we haven't really seen.
Asset delivery.
This one is Great Sandy Calcarana. It's a nice yellow to like go on the snowy map. I think that's a good color combo. Yellow blue with a stripe is kind of weird, but it's not a bad combo.
Asset transportation complete.
And number 6, Quillian Rana, white and green, like a winter mint, winter green, peppermint Amargasaurus. I know how words are said. Okay, so we'll have to wait for them to sort out their alpha status. But it doesn't actually matter, so okay. Nope, you gotta listen to your mother. Her house, her rules. I'm on team mom. Alright, so this next dig is coming in 45 seconds. We can do a quick cut. Nothing too special, but a decent haul. Looks like we got at least 1, if not 2 more expeditions to do, though. Not surprising that we have to keep going back to the well here. It is a DLC creature, so it's going to be kind of rubbish, I feel like. The DLC creatures are very cool, but financially speaking, a lot of them do feel like rubbish. Alright. Did we get there, or do we gotta go again? Damn. Why you gotta do me like this, Frontier? Do I want to do that? Nah. We can do you once more, at least. You will have to rest. Let's just finish it. Wait, can we put a Spino? Wait, place the sign in the aviary. Spinoskeleton in the aviary. I mean, yeah, I suppose any decoration can go in the aviary. I never really considered it. It's a weird place to put a skeleton, though. Sure, why not? Straightforward from the hatchery. Which sign? Is there an aviary sign? There's a banner. We don't have Pteranodon in the park. Oh, there is this sign. I feel like the sign being in the aviary is counterintuitive, because if it's in the aviary, you already have to be looking at the aviary to see it. Here, we'll go hide it in the corner where nobody can see it. Nobody can question why there's an aviary sign in the aviary if they don't know where it is. Perfect. There's one in a more logical place. Oh yeah, we should look at the new decorations, or the change decorations. Because they're not actually new. They're just changes to some of the existing decorations. So none of these. Is this one new? Don't know. Oh, that one's definitely new, because there's the trash cans. The trash cans that everybody lost their minds about.
Even our most versatile and durable
Which is funny, because, like, the only way you can have the trash cans is for there to be, like, trash bags behind it and, like, a pallet of barrels with another pallet on top. Like, doesn't really scream, you know, park trash. It looks more like warehouse trash or something. Did he die standing up? That's just a skeleton. Is that one new? I don't know. We could put... Oh, look at that! The trees are actually, winter trees. Kind of. I mean, they're not tropical trees. I had no idea the trees actually change when you do this. And it even gets snow on the roof. That's crazy. I had no idea the little decorative bathroom does that. Yeah, this one's not new. Is it only this one is the only one they changed? This is just the usual shit. I mean, I know this isn't. I know the bathroom's not new. I was just looking at it. Curiosity.
Asset collection request received.
Also, what are we doing? Got distracted by decorations. Last Baradactylus fossil needs to be processed. Oh yeah, this guy's sitting here disgruntled, draining my cash. That's not great. We'll use these two. You can get rested. We'll get the Baradactylus out, and then we'll do the Sinosauropteryx afterwards, once we do the rest. And then we can work on a new segment of the park down here, which I'm probably going to angle again in a different direction, because we're starting to get too far away from the edge there. Okay, keep dying, guys. Jesus. Oh, that's Namarg. Well, that's fine. Goodbye, Amarga. I mean, we don't know how Spinosaurus slept, so sure, why not? He props himself up on sticks to go to sleep. Totally reasonable. Also, it's not an accurate Spinosaurus skeleton anyway. It's totally make-believe. Alright, Baradactylus. What are we gonna do with you? Random. Please don't eat my little friends, or I'll be very cross with you. Lifespan. Oh, we got humble unlocked. Oh, shit. Okay, 50% humble, 50% social. Easy. That's a meme, Cryo. That's not real. That's a meme from like 2 years ago. Yeah, it's just a joke. Current thoughts on Spino, as I understand it, is the very short-limbed recreation is probably exaggerated. The limbs are probably a little bit longer than that, but it still is a short-limbed creature overall. Just not so horribly short-limbed. Humble, large appetite, and social large appetite. Wow, that's a mess. Vulnerable doesn't really matter. Okay, do I want humble or do I want social? I'm not sure. What's the social limit on these guys? Actually, or not limit, but the social value, the range, 3 to 6. I mean, we're gonna hatch 4 here because I definitely don't want the humble and social ones to compete with each other. Oh, this guy's vulnerable. That could mess it up. Yeah, let's take... We'll take those 4. We'll take these first 4. Chucky, the only horror movie killer that matters. Then we'll rest you, and then we can come back for the Sinosauropteryx. It's going to take a lot of money, but I think it's good to do staff improvements here. Cryolophosaurus is 10 logistics, so it'd be nice to get Barton to a 10 before we start digging it up. So that's going to take everybody we got left over to do that. Sure, knock it out. Why not? And these guys are good to go. Oh, fish feeders, though. Hold on. That's like welfare. Yeah, we can't see the requirement until we release. I think we rest Maury, wait for this research to be done so that we have the team ready to go, and then release them right away so we can do the feeders as soon as possible. Okay, Barbaridactylus, let's go.
Although I find myself
Okay. Quick overview. What do we got? Death Valley blank. A boring. Salar del Huasco. Calcorana. Better, but not doing that much for me. Svalbard Papurana. It's alright. And then Svalbard Pilophylax. It's got a little bit of pink on his wings, which is an interesting vibe. Yeah, Barbaridactylus doesn't really do much for me, or honestly most people. I can't really think of there's any big Barbaridactylus defenders out there that I've encountered. Let's make sure we get the fish feeders queued up right away. 500 K9 welfare. That's why we needed staff on standby. Yeah, you two, these two can rest. And then we can go out and get working on our Cryolophosauruses.
tasked with assessing the danger that these prehistoric animals pose, I can't help but be in awe of these stunning creatures.
These guys will
The
be
Barbaridactylus, for instance,
pretty good to go once
casts a
they
striking
get the
shadow
water on the end of the
thanks to its
enclosures.
boomerang-shaped wingspan. Let's just keep them safely contained, okay? I'm not sure I trust them to come back of their own accord.
Oh, yep, and that finished the contract. We can decorate this enclosure a little bit, too. It's pretty bland right now, other than the Spinoskeleton, which is certainly a thing. What else could we put in here? That would be kind of interesting, like an aviary full of debris, like ruined buildings. Don't think I'm going to do that. I think we'll save that for some other concept. That's an interesting idea. We should put some plants and stuff in here, I think. Because we got access to all the different biomes. So what plants would look good in here? Oh, we could put like some autumn trees in. That might be cool. Because it's like a kind of a biodome-esque thing going on here. So I think just throwing down a selection of autumnal trees to flesh out the aesthetics of the enclosure would give it a nice little feel. It would still match like the winter aesthetic, but it'd be, you know, a little bit yeah, honestly the raptor hatchery might as well be a pterosaur-esque because of how tiny it is. They should scale it differently. Yeah, I think that's a decent aesthetic. Oh God. Is that their eyeball? That's their eyeball. Horrific. Oh God. Oh no. You ever want to see the inside of somebody's head? There it is. Oh. Okay, well, anyway. Horrible. Just horrible. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, we're inside somebody again. Why? Why are we always inside somebody? Oh God. That's like an inverted face still smiling at you. Teeth from the inside and the back of the eyeballs. Well, anyway. Yeah, I think that's a decent aesthetic. A little ball enclosure. Okay. Adds a little bit of color. Looks decent. Not bad. Alright, there's the feeder, and now we can consider this completed. Put one on each end, and then that should do a good job of getting the Barbarodactylus to fly like back and forth and stuff, I think. Comfort 100%. Hopefully none of them have decided to charge the walls in that short interval where they didn't have food. They're feeding. Look how it eats, etc., etc. Okay, great. Well, we did staff upgrades. We got skins available. We definitely want to get working on these. So let's queue up the first one of these. And then let's queue up a dig. Oh yeah, I was going to check. So the staff research we did does get us a staff center. So we don't need to spend the point. We can just build a staff center. So let's do that instead. That is much more efficient use of resources. Could put it right next to the other staff center. Maybe there's some little gaps that we can fit it in that nothing else fits. Not quite there. Oh, wait. I saw blue for a second. All right, yeah, I'll put the staff center here. Seems like a good use of space. This is not Sparta. So, sorry to inform you. Specialist facility takes care of the 1 point of logistics. Then we can go ahead and dig up a Cryolophosaurus. Boom. There we go. Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up here, though, after this skin. And we'll get to work on Cryolophosaurus next time on this park build.